Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. There's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. The most important news and editorial of the day that is relevant for both prelims and mains examination of civil services will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 3rd of October. The first important news that is Swachh Survekshan Gramin Award for 2022. Second, tokenizations of credit and debit card transaction. This is from the explain page of the Indian Express. Third, NRI to be benefited from UAE new policy on immigration. We'll see the advantages of the new immigration policy which was released by the UAE. Second last, experimental Alzheimer drug slow the cognitive decline. This is again a landmark, basically observation that was made in the field in the terms of basically talking about the Alzheimer drug and the medical fraternity. And the last is an editorial, that is a natural price. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, there will be MCQ based questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And before I start the session, those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful for your examination purpose, do press a like button. So starting with the first news of the day, that is the Swachh Survekshan Gramin Award 2022, something relevant for General Studies Paper 2, that is the government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from its design and implementations. So recently, the President of India has announced Swachh Survekshan Gramin Award 2022, which look into the sanitations of the rural India. The award were given to commemorate the birth anniversary of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. So 2nd October is a day where we celebrate the anniversary of the father of the nation, right? And it is also observed as Gandhi Jayanti. So इस डे को खास करके गवर्नमेंट डे जो स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण ग्रामीण है उसी दिन रिलीज की जाती है. Now there are categories of state that has been there in this award. The first is the large category state, second is smaller state, and third is the top district. तो अगर first category की बात करें, so the first for the large category state, the state that have won this and they have backed the award is Telangana. They won the first place under the large category state. Second was followed by Haryana. Haryana backed second ranking, and third was thereby Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu की ranking third है. तो ये तीनों कैटेगरी ऑफ स्टेट्स खासकर के लार्जेस्ट स्टेट में आप रैंकिंग फर्स्ट सेकंड और थर्ड याद रखें. फर्स्ट इज तेलंगाना, सेकंड इज हरियाणा, थर्ड इज तमिलनाडु. Now for smaller states like population less than 30 lakh, Andaman and Nicobar have the top positions. Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and second was backed by Sikkim, right? Took to the third place. Now top three districts की अगर बात करें, Bhiwandi in Haryana, they've backed the ranking. सेकेंड इज जटियाल इन तेलंगाना, एंड इन तेलंगाना में ही एक और डिस्ट्रिक्ट है निज़ामाबाद. तो दो डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स जो हैं वो तेलंगाना से लिए गए. नाउ व्हाट इज स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण ग्रामीण 2022? Basically this award was there by the Jal Shakti Ministry, which ranks states and districts on the basis of their performance on the key quantitative and qualitative स्वच्छ भारत मिशन ग्रामीण. जो पैरामीटर्स हैं, जो एंगेजमेंट है, उनको देखी जाती है, अकॉर्डिंगली उनकी रेटिंग होती है, एंड आफ्टर विच हाउ मच इम्प्रूवमेंट हैज़ बीन डन ऑन द सैनिटेशन स्टेटस, अकॉर्डिंगली द अवार्ड इज गिवन टू पर्टिकुलर स्टेट्स एंड डिस्ट्रिक्ट. Now, how far this journey goes about the Jal Jeevan mission. So the mission was actually launched way back in 2019, which aims to supply 55 liters of water for per person per day in every rural household. And this was to ensure that this is done through the FHTC, that is the functional household tap connections. जो functional household tap connections हैं उनके थ्रू बेसिकली हर एक घर में एक tapped water connection हो by 2024. This is what the government has actually envisaged. Now at the beginning of the Jal Jeevan mission, only 3.23 crore household has tapped with the water supply, which has increased to 10.27 crore in 3 years. Now, access to tap water has led to the significant reductions in the water-borne disease in recent years. So this can be an example which you can use the advantages of the tap portal connection. Now, since the beginning of the second phase of the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, more than 1.16 lakh village has been declared as ODF plus, and the work of solid and liquid waste management has also been started in 3 lakh villages. So, in the longer run, it is expected the target that was chased by the government, that was set by the government, will be overcome. And even for a larger extent, अगर बात करें स्टेट की कॉर्पोरेशंस की या सेंट्रल फंडिंग की, वो प्रॉपर है. द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पार्ट इज डिलेड एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द कोविड-19 also the target is here and there mismatched by a year or so. Now, the second important news, that is the tokenizations for credit card and debit card transactions, something important for General Studies paper 3, that is Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization, resource growth and development. So, Reserve Bank of India ने recently इंडिया के जो कार्ड ऑन फाइल टोकनाइजेशन नॉर्म्स हैं उसको स्टार्ट किया है, which aims to improve the safety and security of the card transactions. बेसिकली द डेडलाइन वाज सेट फॉर जुलाई इटसेल्फ. जुलाई में ही टोकनाइजेशन को लाने की बात की थी आरबीआई ने, बट ड्यू टू सम रीजन, ड्यू टू सम bottlenecks in the part of the implementation, it was further extended, and now finally from October onwards this is going to start and take place, right? Subsequently the deadline was extended till September 30. Now, tokenization है क्या? This is going to be important for the prelims examination also. So try to understand what is tokenization. So tokenization refers to a replacement of actual card details with a unique alternative code that is called token, right? For any online transaction, suppose if you're making an online transaction, you have to enter your card details, you have to enter your card durations of the card, you have to enter CVV, which is although secure, but then also every time you have to make, or either you can save your card. But with this tokenization, the parent merchant will be issuing you a token, right, that you will use as the entire details, and this will be changing for each and every platform, right, and this shall be unique for the combinations of card, right. And अगर बात करें यहाँ पे basically earlier it was done only, initially it started only for the mobile phone and apps. Now the process has started with the laptop and other stuff also. So in September 21, the RBI has prohibited merchant from storing the customer card details within their server with effect on 1st of January 2022, and it has mandated that the adaptations of card on file, also known as COF tokenization, as an alternative. क्या advantages होंगे tokenizations के? So tokenizations card transaction is considered safer as actual card details are not shared with the merchant during the transaction process. तो किसी भी तरह की जो card details है, CVV है, आपके जो date है कार्ड की expiry date, वो share नहीं की जाती है. And now for the purposes of online transactions through mobile app, where the merchant can make a payment aggregator and the payment gateway will not be able to save the crucial data such as the debit card, credit card information and 3-digit CVV, right? Now the token requester cannot store a primary account number, खास करके अगर बात करें पैन की, or any other card details. The card network are also mandated to get the token requester certified for the safety and security that confirm with the international best practices globally, and this international standard is being operated in the entire process of online procedures. Now, how the tokenization is going to change the payment. So this is in comparison for before 31st of December, and this is after 31st of December. Card details saved on the merchant platform payment gateway will not be saved anymore. And the mode of payment saved were card data, CVV plus OTP. Now there will be a specific token which will be issued instead of that. Now same details across the platform, and here after the tokenization methodology, different tokens will be given in the different platform. You cannot use a single token in every platform. So this is a major differences. Now working of tokenization process की अगर बात करें, debit card, credit card holder can get their tokenizations by initiating a request of app provided by the token requester, and a token requester will forward the request to the card network which will consent the card issuers, जहाँ पे accordingly combinations of card जो token requester है उस device के लिए issue करेंगे. And in the case of online transaction, instead of card details, a unique token card will be stored in the server for further reaffirmations, verifications, and the transaction details. The merchant or the payment platform send out the message via MasterCard or any payment gateway can ask for the tokenizations and further accordingly जिस तरह से OTP मिलती है उसी तरह से आपको टोकन इशू की जाएंगे. The customer will not be charged for the tokenization process. This is an important point to note. This can be a statement in civil services examination that it is completely free of cost. No charges will be there, right? Now, the entire facility of the card tokenization is available only for the mobile phone operators, the tablet operators. Now, the government has decided, the RBI has decided to improve this, and the users from the laptop, wearables, and Internet of Things devices can also be liable to get the token from the merchant from which they are making the payment. Now, who can offer the tokenization services? Tokenizations can be performed only by an authorized card network to recover the original primary account number and should be feasible for the authorized card networks only. Adequate safeguards have to put in place to ensure the PAN cannot be found out of the tokenization and vice versa by anyone except the card network. And RBI has emphasized that the integrity of token generation has process to ensure at all times. So this is to ensure that the security of card detail, the privacy in the online transaction is taking place. We have been reporting a lot more fraud that is taking place either in the UPI or the overall online transactions. Now, NRI to be benefited from UA new policy on immigration, something relevant for General Studies paper 2 under the topic effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries. So the United Arab Emirates has advanced a visa system that was announced last month and is set to come into effect from 3rd of October 2022. The non-resident India or the NRI, especially the Keralites who constitute the large share of the Gulf diaspora, are elated at the UAE new immigration policy. क्या क्या important policies में changes आई हैं वो मैं आपको एक एक करके detail में बताऊंगा. Make sure if you're writing a question or writing an answer about the bilateral relationship between India and UAE, आप इस तरह के important points वहाँ ज़रूर highlight कर सकते हैं. So क्या क्या major changes किए गए हैं new immigration law में? First is that a 5-year green visa will allow foreigners to sponsor themselves without seeking the help of any UAE national or their employer. So this is the first exemptions under the new immigration law. And for this visa, freelancers, skilled worker or investors are eligible. Now, additionally, green visa holder can also sponsor their family members. A 10-year expanded residency is offered under the golden visas for which the investor, entrepreneurs, individual with exceptional talent will be eligible. Now, golden visa holders can sponsor family member and their children also. Family member of the golden visa holder can stay in UAE after the holder has demise until the visa remain the valid. So अगर किसी इंडिविजुअल के नाम पे गोल्डन वीज़ा इशू की गई और उसको डिमाइस हो जाती है तो वो वीज़ा तब तक वैलिड होगी, उसके वीज़ास को उसके फैमिली मेम्बर तक यूज़ कर पाएंगे जब तक वो वैलिड है, राइट. एंड द गोल्डन वीज़ा होल्डर कैन ऑल्सो एंजॉय द बेनिफिट ऑफ 100% ओनरशिप ऑफ their businesses, right. The tourist visa will now be allow visitor to stay in UAE for 60 days, that is for 2 months, right. तो 2 months के लिए इनको अलाउ की जाएगी. Now, a 5-year multi-entry tourist visa will allow the visitor to stay in UAE approx 90 days in a row, and a job exploration visa will allow professional to seek employment in the UAE without a sponsor or a host. This is a very good immigration policy, is a welcoming across the corner, which will definitely provide a level playing field, a transparency, a hassle-free connectivity and reaching out to the UAE countries. Now, experimental Alzheimer drugs show cognitive decline, something important for General Studies paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. So the experimental Alzheimer disease drug lecanemab that has slows the progression of the cognitive decline by 27% in the large has late clinical trials prove that the drug maker has done this. This was done by the drug group called Biogen SI, right? This was a statement that was made by the drug manufacturer. बात करें lecanemab के बारे में, this is a family of medicine designed to clear the brain plaques जो formed होती है brains में, basically the gray matters and other stuff that is being there in the brain. So this plaques formed by the buildup of the protein known as beta amyloid. Right, I'm not getting into the detail of this part, which is not relevant for the examination purposes, but आपको इतना पता होना चाहिए. एक प्रोटीन होती है, plaque of protein, which is known as beta amyloid, is through which play an important role in the development of the Alzheimer diseases. Now, a clinical trial was conducted which has forecasted the results. So, in a clinical trial, the result by the Biogen and SI recently, it says that the lentmab has also reduced the amyloids level in the brain and appears to improve the participant cognitive and ability to perform the daily task. So, the cognitive, the mental strength of the patients has improved. The latest announcement gives the patients with their family hope that it can improve and can potentially slow down the progressions of the Alzheimer disease and provide a clinical meaningful impact on the cognitions and functions of the brain of an individual. Now, after the random trial, which was done over for 1800 people, that shows that the drug is helping. And at the end of the study, it was found that the lecanemab drug, which has reduced the cognitive test by 27% of the placebo infusions. The researcher ने इसे एक पॉजिटिव ट्रेंड के तौर पे देखा, and the new clinical trial resulted that lecanemab have been published with the medical journal independently review. अभी तक इसे पब्लिश नहीं की है, until unless it will be reviewed by the independent को बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स, और अगर बात करें जो इंडिपेंडेंट डॉक्टर्स होते हैं, एक्सपर्ट होते हैं, उनकी तरफ से रिव्यू होगी, then it will be published in the medical journal. Now, there are some of the strongest evidence that the data that are targeting for the accumulations of amyloid in the brain might ease the Alzheimer disease symptoms. So this is the achievement that the medical industries, the medical science have achieved in the Alzheimer disease. Moving to the editorial of the day, the natural prize, something important for General Studies paper 3, that is the conservation, environmental pollutions, degradation and EIA. So what I'm going to discuss under this editorial. So first is the theme, that is the natural energy as a future energy. We'll be looking into the background of the editorial. कुछ natural resources reserve के बारे में समझेंगे, international energy market कैसे काम कर रही है, और the way forward. So let's get started. Now, talking about the natural gas as a fuel source is much greener than any alternative form of fossil fuel. The importance of natural gas as bridge fuel towards the goal. This can be a game changer for a country like India. And increased gas utilization is also expected India to meet the intention demand, that is a national determined contribution of the IND and commitment under the Paris Climate Agreement. We already had a commitment under the Paris Climate Agreement, and even during the COP26 meeting, India has made the promise. तो ये सारी promises को achieve करने के लिए जो natural gas है वो बहुत हद तक मदद करेगी. Now, in addition, the emitting lower level of CO2 and natural gas can have far and fewer pollution in the air. For example, the burning of natural gas produce only less than 1% of amount of sulfur dioxide as compared to the coal or oil. Now, the Minister of Petroleum has constituted a committee which is headed by an energy expert, Karthik Parikh. This name of an individual is important for the examination purposes. And this committee was entrusted to review the domestic natural gas pricing regime. तो इस एडिटोरियल में एडिटर ने कुछ कंसर्न रेज की है इस कमिटी को लेकर के, दैट हाउ दिस कमिटी इज गोइंग टू लुक इनटू द इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. तो तीन बातों को हाईलाइट की गई, तीन फैक्टर्स को हाईलाइट की गई. द फर्स्ट, दैट द कमिटी टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस that is suggested that it was tasked to square the circle between the market oriented prices and the administrative prices, how they will calculate it. Second is about the committee that was directed to develop a market oriented, transparent and reliable pricing regime to facilitate India's long term vision and ensure the gas based economy. So what is the methodology that the committee is going to use? And third, that and examining the issues in ensuring the fair price to the end consumer. ये first factor के अंदर ये सारी चीजें. Now looking into the second important factor, that how the committee will have several important aspects, right, and taken into consideration. Third is that इसी में दूसरी चीज है that the combined impact has been to create a landscape dotted with a combination of gas pricing regime, and this is because the recommendations made by the committee was नॉट रिप्लेस्ड विथ वाज मेड अर्लियर। तो और भी कमिटीज बनी है, तो देखना होगा कि उस कमिटी से इस कमिटी के रेफरेंस में कितनी चेंजेस होती है। And third is the composition of the committee, which suggests government that has a plan to tighten the overall control over the natural gases pricing. So pricing is also a big issue. Now, natural gas reservoir की अगर बात करें इंडिया में कितनी reserves हैं, so India has natural gas reserve. The bulk of it is, however, in harsh topography and complex geology. There's a reserve or difficult to locate. Furthermore, even located, they are difficult to bring out in the market because the extraction process is not economically viable, right? So this is because the cost of creations of the development of the productions infrastructure is massive, and there's inherent geological, technical, and economic obstacles to achieve the commercial success. Now, internationally, energy market की अगर बात करें, in the wake of the Ukraine crisis, we have seen that the international energy market has undergone with the profound transformation, even in terms of the total stock and even in terms of the high prices, right? So it has fermented and government to meet the responding rise in the gas pricing, walking bay on the market. Now they are intervening through the price control subsidies and allocations of the public fund for the creations of the gas infrastructure. Now, the way forward, India has made impressive progress towards clean energy, and this has, however, a way long to go before it can fully win off the fossil fuel. Now, during the transitional phase, the gas producers would be granted unfettered marketed and price freedom, and only then might it has provide a solid bridge. तो कुछ ऐसे रिफॉर्म्स की ज़रूरत है जहाँ पे जो नेचुरल गैसेज है उनको इनकॉर्पोरेट की जा सकती है एज अल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल, बट अगेन the pricing, the methodology, the extraction process, and the basically the process where we can over buy from other countries, although it's not required, we have a huge potential. तो उसकी extraction process, उसकी selling पे भी ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है. So this is how the way forward can be concluded. Now moving to the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions, that is for the Saturday questions. The first answer for the first question is B. For second question, the correct answer is D. Today's MCQ for practice, आपको बताना है Financial Action Task Force के बारे में. It is an intergovernmental body, right? And the objective of FATF is to set standard, promote effectively intergovernmental regulatory operational measures in combating the money laundering and terror financing. So do check it out for the correct options. Second question of the day, that is the comprehensive economic partnership is between India, Mauritius, India, Sri Lanka, India, Japan, India, Maldives. So do check it out for the correct option. This type of question might be relevant for the upcoming prelims examination and for many other government examination. So this was all about for the daily news and editorial analysis, followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.